Beals flips it to the tight end. That was Carzoli. So the Lancers trying to get this short pass and running game back in check. .2:15 left to go here in the third quarter. Beals in the shotgun. Throws it over to Dugan. And he picks up another first down.
Lake Park has succeeded much more in the go for short yardage, take 2 or 3 plays to get the first down just from the first half. Their quarterback went 10 for 15 with 83 yards. That's about 8 yards of completion. I would guess that that number's even gone down since we're almost done with the third quarter.
Beals hands it off to Kirkpatrick Hardwick. He's got room to run, just past the 40. He got to the 35, and into Waubonsie Valley territory come the Lancers.
He's been something. He's been very tough to take down, is definitely the biggest thing. Not quite as quick as Carvalho appeared to be, but just about every run he's had has had a broken tackle. That 7-yard run we saw a couple plays earlier, he took somebody to the sidelines. That's when they wanted a late hit. But he's been great since taking over at running back.
Beals back to throw. He's looking deep. It is off the hands of the intended receiver, Keontae Nixon. And it looked like he had him.
Yeah, tough time turning around for Nixon. He found the ball, but it looked like as he was turning, not that he hurt his ankle, but he just took a wrong move that slowed him down just enough that the ball was a little out of reach. I think if he had taken another half step, he's there, and he definitely had the time to do so.
Second down and 10 from the 35 with 1:24 left to go here in the third quarter. Lake Park and Waubonsie tied at 21. And it is a Lake Park timeout. And I mentioned it a while ago in the open, this is the last season for Lake Park in the DuPage Valley Conference. Them, Glenbard North, Wheaton North, and Wheaton Warrenville South are all leaving the conference. And supposedly next year, the DuPage Valley Conference, a conference many consider to be one of the best, if not the best conference in the state, will only have 5 teams.
Not a bad 5 teams, though. I mean, you go across sport to sport, you've got Waubonsie Valley, you've got Neuqua Valley and Mattia Valley, and then you've got Naperville Central and Naperville North.
Yeah.
So between all of the sports we've got, somebody's going to be really good at something, and even the worst team is always going to be a contender for that 30, 31, 32 spot, especially in football like Waubonsie's had the last couple of years. Nobody considers Waubonsie to be a bad team. Oftentimes they underperform, oftentimes they overperform. But that's going to be a very competitive division, especially, I mean, a game like this, Lake Park and Waubonsie, they go back to the old Upstate 8 Conference. So they've been playing each other for years and years. Now introduce Naperville Central, Naperville North, still 2 or 3 years young in that. It's going to be interesting to see how the competition develops in such a localized Aurora-Naperville area.
And it certainly isn't a bad 5-team conference, as Beals gives it over to Nixon on the screen. Nixon able to dance around, and he stays up. He's still up. Nobody can bring him down. Ken Robinson gives him a little bit of a stiff arm. And there is a flag on the field. Face-off won by Cerna and the Wildcats. Hemingway has it, gives it up to Theobald. Theobald was just trying to pass it behind it. Looked like he was looking back over to Cerna, but couldn't find him. Nafziger has it, dumps it in deep. Capitonen, Nafziger behind the net, was looking for Wilder, but it's a good stick by Cerna.
Yeah, tried looking for Wilder through the legs of the defender, but just off of the skate.
And there will be an offsides for the Warriors as Capadona couldn't keep it in. Fighting for it after the face-off, it's Alberts with it. Alberts still fighting Howell. Couldn't gather the puck, and it's an easy save for boys. Wilder with it. Howell against the boards, lost control of the puck over to Wick. Factor tried to clear it, couldn't do it. As Alberts was looking for Wilder, couldn't find him. Factor fast the other way, a wrist shot and a save made by Collins. Collins just dives on it and will get a face-off. Man, both goalies have been solid here.
Yeah, nice stop by Collins. It looked like that puck was loose after he tried to catch it, but nice job regrouping and diving on the puck.
Face-off won by Stanley. Kept in by the Wildcats. Granado with a nice little move. It's Rutherford. Rutherford looking. Scores! He found Thomas Factor just sitting down low, stick side on Charles Collins. And it took a while, but Nikwa Valley strikes first with 2:47 left to go in the second period.
Yeah, and some nice passing there by the Wildcats. He's able to find his man right next to the net. Some great passing led to a nice goal.
So Waubonsee's going to need to play catch up. They were down 1-0 last night. They ended up with a 4-1 victory. Rutherford with the shot, it was blocked by Stobart. Stobart gets it. Here come the Warriors the other way. Stobart takes it himself. Up the left wing, just a little wrister into the catching glove of Brandon Boyes. As both teams make changes. Off the face-off, and ooh, that was a good chance by Pierce. Against the boards. They're still fighting for it behind the net. Rutherford and the Wildcats come away with it. Gives it over to Hertog. Capadona, nice little block to keep it in the neutral zone. And Stanley just dumps it in. Kenyon fighting for the puck against the boards. Tarling had it, but lost it. Stanley able to send it in behind the net. Capadona with the quick keep in. Stanley with it. He's looking for Kenyon, and that puck got through a lot of legs, but it still went down. Kenyon goes down. The boards, no penalty. Still trying to pass it. It was a falling Gary Stanley. He was looking for Pierce. Capadona a wrister, and a blocker save made by Boyes.
And the Warriors with some good opportunities there.
Capadona on up to Kenyon. Kenyon takes it himself. It's a wrister and another blocker save made by Boyes. Kenyon has it. He's looking for Pierce, couldn't find him. Ends up with Capadona. Capadona, a wrister, was deflected by Stanley, but couldn't find the net. Capadona to Pierce. Pierce trying to weave around defender, lost control of the puck over to Rutherford. Rutherford dumps it in deep, and the Wildcats get a change. Wick finds the loose puck against the boards. Now behind net, trying to drive in on a little wraparound. Couldn't do it as there were enough green jerseys there to disrupt the play. Hello everybody, Ryan Klimcak here, just about ready to start the second half of play here tonight. Waubonsee Valley Warriors lead 24-18 over the Glenbard North Panthers. Warriors ball to start this half. As Porter has it over to Cannon. Cannon, who had 11 points in the first half. Skeet finds Cannon. Over to Skeet. Over to Cayman Woods, who lost the ball, and they're going to say it stays down here. And that was really close to Daryl Creamer hitting that off of the legs of Woods. But instead, it stayed with the Warriors. Nice move by Porter, and that opens up the second half scoring. Warriors lead it by 8. Glenbard North looking to distribute the ball a little bit better. Over to Lee Rady, who has accounted for 9 of the Panthers' points here tonight. Cannon the other way, and he gets the layup. He continues exactly where he ended the first half by getting a two-handed layup across the baseline. Only 3 players have accounted for all the Panthers' 18 points here tonight. That would be Lee Rady, Daryl Creamer, and Tony Wilder. And it is Wilder with the ball. Guarded by Skeet over to Jakius Lee. Gives it over to Lee Rady. Rady back over to Lee. Over to Creamer. Pulls up for the 3. Top of the arch. Can't knock it down as he put a little bit too much on it, and it's going the other way. And Cannon was held